We live. What's up, you guys? Um, Let me see. I want to try to put my microphone in, but I don't know if it's going. This is probably not going to take it because this is for iPhone. So I'm not going to be able to use my microphone. Hey, you guys, come on in. Welcome to another live. I have to be honest with you guys. Can I be honest? Can I be honest with you guys? I think I am liking the lives so much more than actually recording, like recording videos. There's something about going live. There's something about being able to connect with you guys. There is just something about just the connection that we have when I'm live versus when I record the videos. So I am most certainly just, I think I might be doing lives a lot more. We had a blast yesterday on yesterday's live. So welcome back to another live. I know that you guys have been asking me for a while, okay, for a while now to do a video on faceless content because many of you are just not at the spot. Like you're not at the place where you feel comfortable enough to do a face forward, camera facing type of video style, right? And so you still want to make money online, you still want to get into your digital business, you have your digital product, you still want to create your digital product, but you're just not ready to be camera facing yet. And I get that. Okay? I get it because it took me a while to actually get to the place where I felt even comfortable enough to come on and record, much less going live. So it took me a minute. So I get it, right? So I don't want you to miss out on this digital bag simply because you're just not at the point or the space yet for you to be able to record camera facing. So today we're going to talk about faceless content. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of faceless content. Okay, I'm going to keep it 1000% transparent with you as I always do. And if you are in the community or if you have already invested in the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, I added a faceless section in that workbook. I sure did. I absolutely 1000% did. So if you already have the workbook, then just go. I think it starts on page 37, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure that you go to page 37 if you are wanting more information on faceless content. Okay. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. I have my notes here. So if you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Okay, but I want you to get to your digital bag. I want you to be able to make money online, even if you are not comfortable enough to get on camera, right? Even if you are not, hey, you guys, even if you're not comfortable enough to record a video face to face, that's okay. Okay, you should not 1000% should not be missing out on a bag simply because you are not comfortable going recording face to face. All right. You can still get your bag. There are thousands of people, millions of people that are doing it and making money faceless. All right. So today we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. Make sure that you are tapping the screen. When you tap the screen, it tells YouTube that you guys are appreciating the content. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right. If you don't have a notebook, you definitely want to get something to write with because you guys know that when we are on live, we get to work. All right. We absolutely get to work. Hey, you guys, come on in. So let's just go ahead and get started. If you are in the community, you already have access to the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale workbook, and I just added a faceless content section in that book, in that workbook. Okay, so not only do you have the first few pages that is going to walk you through how to identify your niche, but you are also going to have the 100 ways um, to be able to make your first sale, and you have faceless content information. All right. So let me just let you know that that ebook is 1000% going to continuously be updated. So if you already have the ebook slash workbook, you are already in the game. Okay. All you have to do is keep going back to it because you never know when I am going to update it, right? In fact, you will know, because once you purchase or once you invest in the 100 Ways to Guarantee Your First Sale digital ebook, you get access to my private community. Okay, you get access, you get general access to my private community. So I email you guys all the time when I update it, so that you guys can know, like, hey, go check out the workbook because it has been updated. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of faceless content. Okay, the pros and the cons of faceless content in this digital business. All right, so let's talk about the pros first. Or do you guys want to do the pros last? Do you want to do pros first, or do you want to do pros last? We could do cons first and then pros. You want to do pros first? Okay, let's do pros first. All right, let's do pros first. Okay, so the first pro, if you see me looking over here, like I said, I have my my notes right here. So if you see, all right, pros. First pro is that it's a low barrier to entry. Okay, you don't need to worry about your hair, your makeup, or being on camera. Just focus on delivering the value. Okay, so it's a low barrier to entry. You don't have to worry about what you sound like. You don't have to worry about what you look like. You don't have to necessarily worry about your confidence. You don't have to worry about all of the things that will plague your mind if you were camera facing. You don't have to worry about that, right? That is the pro. That's one of the pros to faceless content. The fact that you could really just record some B-roll, right? And you can either use your voice, or you can use a platform. What was the platform that I used? It wasn't vidIQ. It was, let me see if I can find it. You guys know that every time I come on live, I'm going to give you the gems, okay? I'm going to give you everything that you need to succeed in this digital space, okay? So it's a voiceover app that I used to use. Let me see, 11 Labs. You could use 11 Labs to do a voiceover. So you can record a bunch of B-roll. If you don't know what B-roll is, it's basically footage of everything except for actually you, right? Or you don't have to be camera facing. You could literally, I'm gonna give you an example. So if I was doing B-roll, I could place my camera right here and just hit record, not be facing the camera, and be typing or be talking to you, right? And as long as it's recording and I'm not looking at it, that's B-roll. Okay, so that is B-roll content. You could go outside and record the bushes. You could record yourself walking through the airport, right? If you don't want to record actual B-roll footage, you can actually get stock video footage and use that as your B-roll, right? So you don't have to actually record yourself talking. You don't have to actually like use your own voice or any of that. You can go to pixels.com, Pixels, pixels.com, and that will give you video stock footage that you can use to then create your content. All right. So the first pro is that it's a low barrier to entry. All of the things that you are thinking about, everything that you are overthinking about, is not going to stop you from moving forward with faceless content. That's a pro. All right. Now, I don't want you to think that because you are doing faceless content that it is going to be, how can I say this? I don't want you to think like, oh, because I'm doing faceless content, it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier in the fact that you don't have to show your face, so you don't have to deal with that part of it, right? You don't have to deal with the insecurities of not liking how you look or not liking how you sound or not being confident. First of all, let me tell you, can I be honest and transparent with you? I would have never been camera facing if it was up to me. And I tell you guys this all the time. If it was up to me, I would have never been camera facing. right? But God had a different calling for me, right? And so I had to put my fear to the side, and I had to actually show up for the people that need me to show up, right? I'm here for you. I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. Whether you purchase or not, I am good. Trust and believe. You don't have to worry about purchasing a thing from me, right? Anything that you get from me is an investment in you. It's I appreciate you trusting me, but trust and believe that you don't have to worry about me asking you to buy nothing, right? But I had to get to a place where I was able to feel comfortable enough to offer value. And the only way that I was able to do that is by actually doing it. For me personally, it was not faceless content. Okay, I had to accept that the only reason why I was trying to do faceless, because I was trying to do faceless. I was trying to do a podcast, right? I was trying to do everything except for sitting in front of this camera and showing my face. Okay, so let me just tell you. So I understand how you feel. But then I felt it. Like I felt like you're hiding from the camera. And so the Holy Spirit was like, get it together. Get it together. And so I had to get in front of the camera, but that doesn't necessarily have to be your story, right? You may not need to get in front of the camera to make the amount of money that you want to make. And my goal on the reasons why I come on live, the reasons why I record my videos and I talk to you guys about my experience and everything that I went through and how I felt, all of everything that you feel, the insecurities, the lack of confidence. I was an addict. Like, I didn't make any money when I first launched my digital products. I was homeless at one point. Like, all of the things. Right? All of the things that you feel are the things that I have felt. Okay? So that's the first point. The first point is that it's a low barrier to entry. You don't have to worry about being in front of the camera. You don't have to worry about your makeup. You don't have to worry about your hair. You don't have to worry about your voice or any of that. All of that could be, you could figure that part out. Things like T pages, right? How many times you have been on YouTube and you have watched entertainment pages? Just talk about what's going on in the life of celebrities, or pages where it's like it talks about like celebrities that were addicted to a substance, or how celebrities unalive themselves, or just all of the things, right? Like, there are tons of faceless content that's out there making millions, like getting millions of views. Okay, so you could most certainly be one of those pages. All right, the next pro is that this is perfect if you're camera shy or you feel like showing up on screen isn't your thing. Coming up in front of the camera, recording yourself is not for everybody. Can I just say that? It's not for everybody. Do I recommend it? Do I recommend getting to a place where you are comfortable enough to be able to sit across from the camera and actually have a conversation? 1000%. Okay? 1000%. However, if you are not ready to do that, it's no use in forcing it on yourself. Take your time, baby steps, right? I had to do my podcast before I got comfortable enough to get in front of the camera. Right? I had to post video footage and video content on Instagram and all these other platforms before I got comfortable enough to get in front of the camera. I wasn't always this comfortable in front of the camera. Okay? And I want you to know that getting in front of the camera comes with its own set of things. So if you're not there, if your confidence is not there yet, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. But you don't have to stay broke because of it. You don't have to lose out on this money because you're not ready to get in front of the camera. You can still very well make money. All right? So the second pro, let's move on to the second pro. Tap the screen, you guys. It tells YouTube that you guys are enjoying the content that I am posting. So thank you guys so much for being here. All right. So the second pro is that it's a broader appeal. Faceless content can often be more niche focused, right? Which may attract a specific highly engaged audience. So things like I just mentioned, things like tutorials, right? How many cooking videos have you seen on TikTok? Or how many cooking videos have you seen on any social media platform that you don't see the person's face? You just see their hands, you just see what they're doing. That's faceless content. And these people are making millions of dollars by doing that, right? And you can make it more niche specific, right? So it can be, man, it can be anything. It can be sci-fi, right? It can be things like if you're into detective work and like the first 48 and that kind of thing. You can take people's story, right? Learn people's story. I'm giving you a pro tip right now, right? Learn people's story, get the details of the story, and then put your own creation of videos and pictures together telling that story. That's faceless content. Right? And even if people have already heard the story before, they haven't heard it or seen it in the way that you are going to present it. Right? So they may gravitate more towards how you present the information. Right? So you can, like I said, you can go to pixels.com for your video footage. You can record your own video footage. You can get video footage from anywhere. You can get video footage from the internet, right? If you're speaking about, let's say you're speaking about a particular celebrity, right? And you are talking about, let's say you use celebrities that have been married more than 5 times, right? And you find different celebrities that have been married more than 5 times. You can Google search their information. Google search the information. Take the information that you find on Google. You got to be creative. Put it together. Create a video in InShot or in CapCut. Right? And then you can either write out your script on how you're going to present the voiceover and how you can record the voiceover using your voice. Or you can use platforms like 11 Labs, right? So you just got to be creative. You got to think about, what can I actually do that makes me feel comfortable enough to start doing this? Because I have what it takes. I want you to know that you have every single thing that it takes. There is nothing that anybody else has that you don't have. Let me adjust my phone because I don't want it to. All right. So faceless content can often be more niche focused. So you can talk about celebrities. I keep saying celebrities for some reason, but it does not have to be celebrities. It can be anybody, right? People that have experienced infertility and their journey with being able to conceive. People that have been overweight and obese and their journey to getting healthy. Lottery winners, the story behind lottery winners. How their life before they won the lottery, their life during when they won the lottery, and after. You can do cribs. Right? Remember, I don't know how old you guys are, but cribs, right? Showing people when they used to show their house. People with the most expensive, the most lavish house, right? When it's faceless, you could do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, I would still 1000% recommend you sticking to the niches that make you the most money in 2025. I talked about that in my previous videos. So if you have not seen that, go back and check those videos out. But in short, happiness, relationships, finances, right? So happiness, relationship, wealth, those are just a few of the niches that people are going to gravitate towards the most. Why? Because that's what people are interested. If you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, then you understand what people are going to gravitate towards based on where they are in their life and based on what it is that they need. All right? But again, write that down. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That's going to tell you right there. These are things that the wealthy is not telling you because they don't want you to know that this is how they operate their business. This is how they make all the money. Right? Because if they keep you out of the loop, then you still got to keep going back to them to get more information, get more information, get more information. I'm giving you all the information that you need. Right? You can come on to my lives. You can watch my videos. Whatever it is that you need to do, you can take the information that I give you and go and make something shake with it. Okay? I don't need you to invest in any of my products. Any of my digital products that I have created, I don't need you to invest in any of them. It's fine if you don't. I'm still good. But I only created those products to be able to give you another opportunity, right? If you want to dive deeper, if you're really serious about doing the things that you say that you want to do. All right. So it's about thinking outside of the box, not being caught and trapped into the programming. Right? You have to be able to think, okay, I can do this. Okay, so let me give you another pro tip, right? Whether you like him or you don't like him, the president, create videos about his journey, why he should or should not be president. The inauguration is coming up. You can make faceless content about who should have been, the lives of different president-elects, right? Those who ran, those who tried to run, those who weren't able to run for whatever reason. Think outside of the box. Okay, in 2025, it's time for you to put on your digital CEO hat. Not your, all right, I guess I could do this little digital business thing. I guess I could make money online a little bit. I guess. That's not what we're doing. If you're going to do it, decide that you're going to do it and go all the way in. Because that energy of, let me try this little thing. Let me see what's going to shake with this little thing. That energy is going to pour into the quality of what you are doing. Every single thing is energy. Okay? So that's the second pro. Content like screen recordings, infographics, or text-based explainers tend to perform well for certain industries. Okay? So videos, not videos of you, videos that people are already posting online. Take those videos, create a compilation of those videos. That could be your faceless content. You can write out your script, right? You can write it out and then you can read it out. Then you can read it over. You put your videos, your pictures and everything that you got off the internet, put it together, and then record you reading out your script, reading how you feel about it. Just write how you feel about your opinion about the situation, your opinion about this person's life, your opinion about this situation, whatever the topic is, whatever the niche is. Write out your opinion, right? And then get a little microphone like this, maybe $10 to $12 on what's this thing called, Amazon. Record it. Go into InShot, go into CapCut, record everything that you wrote, read it out on the microphone as the video is going. That's your faceless content. Hello? You have no excuse. So if you are not making extra money in 2025, if you are not making digital money in 2025, you cannot blame anybody else, my love. And I'm going to hold your hand while I say that. You cannot blame anybody else. Because at this point, you have everything that you need. Everything that you need. So let's go to pro number 3. Okay? Pro number 3 is scalability. It's easier to outsource parts of the process. So things like editing, things like voiceovers, content creation. Since the brand isn't tied directly to your face, don't nobody know how those videos are being created. I'm telling y'all getting good information today. Every time I come on live, I'm going to pour my heart out onto these lives because I want you guys to feel the feelings that I have felt in making my first sale and making thousands of dollars online. You deserve to feel that as well. And if you haven't, it's because you are standing in your own way. Because if you didn't know, you can't blame yourself for not knowing. But now that you have the information, now that you know, if you don't take the information that you have and do something with it, it is on you. It's not on nobody else. It is on you. You can't blame anything or anybody else because you desired this thing. The universe aligned you with the information and the resources that you need, and you're still not doing anything with it. Who's that? That's nobody's fault, right? So you can outsource the information. So you can go to platforms like Fiverr, right? If you already have a full-time job, right? Pro tip. You know, I gotta adjust myself when I start giving these pro tips because it just be coming to my mind, and I just be like, whew, if I had this information when I was just starting out. Pro tip. Y'all ready? All right. If you have your full-time job, cancel your Netflix. Stop going to Starbucks. Take that money and invest it into a editor. Invest it into somebody that can create the content for you. And then post it on your platform. And you make money from it. If you don't feel tech savvy enough to create your own videos, if you don't feel tech savvy enough to create your own content, if you don't feel tech savvy enough to edit, whether in InShot or in CapCut, are you going to allow that to keep you from making this extra money? Not in 2025. Not on my watch. Ayala Visai said it the best. Not on my watch. You won't. So sacrifice your Netflix subscription and your Starbucks addiction for 90 days. Take that money, go on to Fiverr, find someone within your budget, and have them create the content for you. When they send you back that content, you take that content and you upload it to your own platform. And you keep doing that on repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. I'm just saying. What excuses you have? None. You don't have any excuses. I'm not giving you any. Because you too can accomplish the things that you say that you want to accomplish. Stop talking about it and start being about it. It's been long enough. It's been long enough that you have had the dream. You have had the desire. I believe in you. Now it's just a matter of you believing in yourself. I know I'm not going to tell you nothing that I cannot prove. Because I don't even want that on my name. I don't want that on my conscience. I know that it's possible. I know that it's possible because I've done it. I've made money online. So making money online is very much possible. I know that it's possible. But it's not enough for me to know. It's now you got to step in. Let me tell you what you got to do. You have to step fully into the future version of you. Right? And then you have to coddle or give a pep talk to the old version of you. You have to say, all right, as the future version of you, you have to say, all right, I'm taking over from here. You've done enough. You've done all that you could do. Thank you. I appreciate it. You did the best that you knew with the information that you had. I'm going to take it from here. And you got to step fully into the version of you that you imagine yourself being. That's the future version of you. You are already that person in the future. And I'm going to say that 1,000,000 times. You are already that version in the future. It's just a matter of you aligning with it. All right? So you have to take control. So that is pro number 3, right? Scalability and being able to outsource the process. Go to work, go to your day job, and let somebody else handle the labor. Let somebody else handle the creation process. If you don't feel like you're good at it, go to your job. While you are working, earning the money to be able to cover your expenses, that's an employee. Okay, that is a freelancer. That is an employee that you have working for you on your behalf. Let them do it. When they send you back the information, you just post it and make the money from it. All right? You can produce more content faster without physically being present. These people know what they're doing, right? So these editors, these content creators, these people that do this for a living and have a service doing it, they do this every day. So the amount of time that they can spit content out, the amount of time that it'll take them to edit is less than half of the time that it will take you. So you can have them create more for you without you having to even worry about the creation process. All right? So that's pro number 3. Pro number 4 is privacy. You can maintain your personal life and protect your peace while building an empire. Now, I low-key feel this about camera facing, because when you are speaking about a specific topic or a specific niche, you don't have to get into your personal life in order to give the value, right? But with faceless content, it's even more private. They don't know what you look like. They don't know what you sound like. if you're not using your voice as a voiceover. And even if you are using your voice as a voiceover, don't nobody know that that is you. Okay? So that's pro number 4, privacy. Pro number 5. We are on pro number 5. If you are with me, put 5 in the comment section. Put 5 in the chat. Let me know that you are with me and that you are ready for number 5. We just went over 4 pros. Okay? 4 pros of why you can and should consider faceless content if you are not ready to dive into face forward content. All right? If you guys, let me know if you want number 5. Let me know if you want number 5. Y'all tell me. Now, I'm not going to hold up the live, but I need to know if you guys want number 5. All right, so number 5, creativity driven. Okay, you can create visually engaging, concept driven content. Think like animation, stock videos, aesthetic compilations that doesn't depend on your personality or appearance. All right? I got you. I see the number 5s. Creativity driven. That basically everything that I've been talking about, putting videos together. Right? You can use animations. You don't even have to use like stock videos. You can use animations. They have tons of platforms that you can use. Let me see if I can find one. Animation video creator. I'm gonna do it live while we on here. Animation video creator. Creator app or website. That's all you got to do. It's a Google search away. All right. So, Animaker. Animaker. Animaker is a animation video creator that uses AI. It's too easy. It's too easy, you guys. You can use your own creativity. If you are an artist, first of all, if you follow my page, Animaker. Yes, that's it. Animaker. Right? If you follow my page, it's because you are a creative. Right? Use your creativity. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. It doesn't have to sound like anybody else's. Use what you have within you. The desire that you have within you is not just by happenstance. That's divine. I don't know what you believe in or who you believe in, but I believe in God. The creator put that creativity on the inside of you. The creator put that desire on the inside of you. Use that. That's where your money is going to come from. It doesn't have to look and sound like everybody else's. Do research. Come on YouTube or whatever platform it is that you are planning to be on. Look and see what other people are doing and how you can improve it. And then you take the concept, you use it as inspiration, and then you improve upon the concept. And then it turns into something completely different. Why? Because it has your sauce and nobody is you. Okay, Michaela, nobody is you. You are you. People are waiting for you to pour out what it is that you have. You're pulling that desire out. I've been hearing God pushing me, but you giving these pros tips make it doable. You're not here by accident. You are not here by accident. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in mistakes or accidents. Everything is divine, right? And if I'm only speaking to one person on this live, my job is done. My job is done. So to God be the glory that you are receiving what it is that you need to receive. But I'm here to tell you that your people are waiting for you. God has given you the responsibility to show up, right? Imagine somebody that you care about, somebody that you love, literally just waiting for you to show up for them. Literally just waiting for you to come, grab their hand, pour into them, give them the information that they need so that they can get to the next level. That is your responsibility. When I shifted my mindset, thank you. When I shifted my mindset and I accepted it as a responsibility, coming in front of the camera, I had to figure that part out. Like I had to just figure it out, because at this point, it's like if you put a responsibility on me and I am not walking in my purpose and I am not doing the things that you have put me here to do, then I'm here for no reason. And so let me get it let me get it together. Let me get it together. All right. So let me go back to my notes. So that's pro number 5, right? You can use your own creativity. You can come up with whatever it is that you want to come up with. The world is literally your oyster. What is it that interests you? What are the things that interest you? Think about that. All right. In the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, I literally included, I want to say it's from page 37 to page 43 of a list, literally a full list of faceless content ideas, faceless content digital products that you can use right now. And I even included the platforms that you can use to be able to create those faceless digital products. Right? And if you don't know what you are going to talk about, if you don't know what you're passionate about, if you don't know what value that you'll be able to offer to the world, in the beginning of that workbook is worksheets. Day 1, day 2, day 3, where you can literally start to flesh out, okay, boom, boom, boom. It's worksheets. It's not a typical ebook, right? Because you can download an ebook, read it, and then the next day the information is gone out of your head. Right? But when you have a workbook that you actually have to sit down and actually, okay, your brain starts to do something different. Right? And it really starts to make sense for you. It really starts to come together. How many ebooks have we invested in that we downloaded it, we read through it, and that's it? We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that anymore. Not in 2025. Right? That's the reason why I turned, because the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, that was an ebook. And I turned it into a workbook because I'm like, the people that are downloading this, they want transformation. They don't just want information. We could get information from anywhere. They want transformation. They want something that they can actually implement right now and get a quick win. Get something that they can actually do something with. Right? And the list of faceless digital products that I listed in your 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, those are transformational digital products, not just informational digital products. Stop buying informational stuff. Stop. Just stop investing in only information. You can get information from anywhere. All right. I want you to start investing in transformation, products that are going to get you from point A to point B, because that's the goal after all, right? To go from point A to point B. All right. So we talked about the pros. You guys wanted the pros first. Let's talk about the cons, because one thing about it, when you come onto this live, you're going to get the real. I can't accept this as a responsibility and then not give you the real, because let me tell you something. I don't answer to you, and I don't answer to man. I answer to God. And one person I don't want, if I ain't scared of nobody, one person I do not want any smoke with is God. So I'm going to come on here and I'm going to give it all to you. And you make the best informed decision for yourself. All right? So the cons. Let's talk about the cons of your faceless digital business. We got all the pros out. You want to go over the pros real quick? Boom. Low barrier to entry. You don't have to worry about your presentation. Hello, everybody. You don't have to worry about your presentation. You don't have to worry about what you look like, what your makeup looks like, if you're camera ready, any of that, right? Low barrier to entry. If you're camera shy, it's perfect for you. Second is broader appeal, right? You can be more niche specific, right? You can be a little bit more niche specific when it comes to faceless content. So for example, the T pages. If you don't know what a T page is, it's basically gossip pages that you see on YouTube that are talking about celebrities and their life and what they have going on, and you know, whatever it is that they're doing, right? But the people that subscribe to them are specifically looking for the tea, right? They are specifically looking for the entertainment that they're going to that page for, right? So it can be more niche specific. All right. Number 3 is scalability. Outsourcing. You don't have to do all of it yourself. You can literally outsource. Go to sites like I said earlier, Fiverr, have them create it for you, and then just post it and make the money from it. Number 4 is privacy. If you want to keep your life private, if you don't necessarily want, you know, anybody to see what your door looks like or what your setup is, you're not comfortable with that, faceless content can help you with that. They don't even have to know who is behind the content. Okay. And number 5, the pro, creativity driven. You can do whatever. You can use stock videos, stock photos, animation, right? Aesthetic compilations, whatever it is that you want to do. And nobody would know that it's you. Let's talk about the cons. So the cons are, number 1 is that it will take longer to build trust. Okay? You see how you guys are seeing me, you're hearing me, you're watching my body language, you're listening to the content that I'm putting out. All of that, don't y'all hate when y'all have lip gloss on and it does that little thing for my feet, for my ladies that are on here? All of that is building trust, right? You watch my videos on my channel, you watch me come on live, you watch me share parts of my life, Thanksgiving, me on vacation, all of the things. That all builds a connection. It builds trust between me and my audience. When you don't have that, people are a little side-eyed, because it's like, how do I know that I'm actually going to get what they are saying that I'm going to get? And especially with all of like the shady shit that's going on online with the master resale rights and the this and the that, and you can make $10 million in 2 minutes if you prop your camera phone up. Whatever, you buy a master resale rights course and you just resell it. With all the stuff going on, it may be a little harder for you to build trust with your audience. So that is con number 1. Okay? So how do you compensate for that? I'm not just going to give you the con. I'm going to give you how you compensate for it. You got to make sure that if you are going to do faceless content, that you are giving straight value, right? You are going to build trust with your audience by literally pouring into them, giving them every single thing that you have, right? Especially in the beginning, you want to nurture that relationship. All right, so that's the first con. It's going to take longer for you to build trust with your audience, but if you give nothing but value, then you'll eventually start to gain the trust of your audience. Okay? Con number 2, it's highly competitive. I won't say oversaturated, but it is highly competitive. Okay? The faceless space is saturated. I won't say oversaturated, but saturated in the niches like finances, motivation, tutorials. Right? So you just got to keep that in mind. If you're going to show up, you got to show up as your best self. You got to give the best that you have to give. Right? So if you're going to outsource your content, you can give your editor examples of the vibe that you're going for and examples of the vibe that you're trying to avoid, right? And find something in between that fits you if you're not going to do it yourself. If you are going to do it yourself, think about the content that makes you cringe when you see it, and then the content that inspires you when you see it, and then find something in the middle. Okay? That makes you stand out, that has your sauce on it. Why? Because nobody is you. Okay? So that is con number 2. It is a highly competitive market. Okay? Number 3 is that it's harder to build a personal brand with faceless content. Okay? When people cannot see you, when they cannot hear you, when they cannot engage with you, it's harder to build a brand. And that goes back to trust. Right? Every time when we buy things, we buy from brands that we trust. We buy from brands that we have purchased from before, or that we have heard other people have purchased from, so we trust them. Right? When we go into Target, when we go into Zara, when we go into Walmart, when we go into any of these places to buy something, we're going in there trusting that they have what it is that we need, because we have bought into the brand. Right? Do you have anything, do you own anything that you're like, I just want this brand? If it's not this brand, if it's an off brand, I don't want it. Everything that brand is like everything. Brand. Like everything you have is in that brand. Do you have anything like that? That means that you have bought into the brand. You trust the brand. And so it's harder to build a brand, and it's harder for people to get to know you and trust you when you are faceless. So it's going to take some more work. Okay? You'll need a strong brand voice or a unique style that is memorable. Remember when I said put your own sauce on it? That's what I mean. You're going to have to stand out from the crowd. You're going to have to stand out from the rest in order to make this work for you. Can it work for you? Absolutely. But in order to make it work for you, you're going to have to show up differently. What sauce can you put on it? What can you add to it that is going to make it, is going to differentiate it from everything and everybody else? All right, think about that. Number 4, con number 4, limited relationship building. Faceless creators often miss out on opportunities like interviews, collaborations, or live events where people get to connect with you. If I was faceless, I would not be able to come on live right now. Right? Because I'm faceless. So I don't want anybody else to know that it's me behind the brand. Right? Me behind the content that I'm putting out. Right? So you miss out on things like me bringing you on live and us having a live together, right? You collaborating with your peers or coming on live and talking to your people. When I first started this live, what is the first thing I said? I literally was like, I think I like coming on live so much more than recording my videos and posting them to my channel. Why? Because I get to speak freely. I get to connect with you all. I get to engage with you all in the comments. Right? I get to show up authentically as myself. On my videos, you guys get good value. You guys get good content because I do my very best to make sure that you're getting everything that you need within those videos. Right? But you can't really tell my personality. You can't really see my mannerisms. Like, you know, it's just not the same. It's not the same. So with faceless content, now, okay, so I am pro forward facing, right? I'm pro forward facing, but I'm not against faceless. I think it's definitely possible. Was that pivot hard, or because you gave value first, it established a connection to the audience for more? That's it right there. So when I first started out, I started to do a podcast, right? Because I didn't want to get in front of the camera. I was shy. Not only was I shy, I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like, I'm like, I don't put makeup on every day. I don't want to have to get dressed and, you know, do all of that every day. Which, by the way, even now that I'm face forward, I don't put makeup on every day. If you watched yesterday, if you was on yesterday's live, I was in my robe. I had just woken up. My hair was literally sitting on the top of my head. Okay. And so, but in my mind tried to tell me like, oh, I'm not going face camera facing because it's just too much. People are gonna hear my accent and they're gonna see my mannerisms, and I gotta present like I'm tailored, and I have to, you know, it has to be perfect. So I started doing a little podcast thing on Instagram. And I was not making any traction. Like, people were liking it, but first of all, it did not feel authentic to me, even though I was behind the scenes. And it wasn't like faceless content, so where I was putting like stock photos and stock videos or whatever together. It wasn't that kind. It was more so like a one image and I was just talking. So it was like a podcast, right? So you just heard me talk over an image. And the Holy Spirit like convicted me every time. It was like, this is not what I called you to do. You are trying to make it whatever it is that you want it to be so that you can feel more comfortable about it. But this is not what I called you to do. But I'm going to let you do it. Go ahead and run that play for as long as you think it's going to work for you. So I did that for a little while, and then I realized like, all right, this is not where it's at. And it didn't feel like, I just knew I felt out of alignment, right? So what I did was, when I was like, all right, God, fine already, I'm gonna do this. Before I started posting videos on YouTube, I was sitting in front of the camera and just talking. And I wouldn't post it. I would just sit in front of the camera and I would just talk. Or I'll record myself talking, right? And I would, like, I'll have my notes, and then I look over to my notes or whatever. Or I wouldn't even have any notes. Sometimes I would just say whatever's on my mind. And then I did that for a little while, and then I recorded a video one day. I was having a few glasses of wine. So you know when you're a little, you got the juice in you a little bit, you feel a little bit more, like let me just go ahead and post it. So I recorded a video and I posted it. And that video got a few views, right? And then I just started to find my way. And I had to get in my mind, don't focus on who's watching and who's not watching. Don't focus on the subscribers. Don't focus on like the engagement. In the beginning, you can't focus on any of that. In the beginning, it's literally you just practicing and learning. And the only way for you to actually get comfortable doing it is by doing it. Right? So the subscribers don't matter in the beginning. The likes don't matter in the beginning because you're not there for that. Right? So if nobody watches, if 3 people watches, if I had 3 subscribers when I first started out on YouTube. And I started less than 6 months ago. I started to take digital marketing and digital products seriously. Like I had this page for a while, but I was just like, I was a consumer, right? I was just watching videos. I didn't really start taking this seriously until less than 6 months ago. So I started in like July, August-ish, right? And that's when I started posting a little bit more consistently, right? And when I started posting, it was like tutorials, and then like God just migrated me into something completely different. How you start may not even end up being what you end up talking about in the long run, right? But God was just waiting for me to just start and get out of my own way and just actually start. We had a Q&A call with my private community yesterday, and we talked about the just start rule, right? Because I meet with my community members every Thursday at different times on Thursdays, right? Different groups. But I meet with them every single Thursday, and you get to bring your questions and, talk about how you feel and your process and all of the things. And we talked about, on yesterday's call, it was about doing things that are actually moving the needle and doing the things that are getting you to your goal, right? But you have to just start. So eventually, long story longer, eventually I just started posting, and I just didn't focus on the numbers. And then the more I took my focus away from the numbers and I just started posting to be able to get comfortable with it and to give the value, my numbers just started to grow. I'm trying to get out of being a consumer and more of a producer. We talked about that in my call last night. You got to switch your hat from consumer to producer. Right? If you find yourself just scrolling on YouTube, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Threads, scrolling, you are a consumer. And these people are going to continue putting stuff in your face because they know that you are consuming it. And being a consumer is literally keeping you distracted from the things that you need to focus on in order to get to where you are trying to go. That's how the rich get rich. The rich get rich because they keep you distracted from the things that you need to be doing. Right? So 1000% recommend switching that hat from consumer to producer. Right? But you can start out faceless. My journey is not necessarily your journey, but I'm just here to give you an example of like how it worked for me and what I did and the process and the journey that I went through. But if you want to start faceless, go ahead and start faceless. Just start. Because as you are going on, as you are figuring it out, you're going to figure it out. Okay? As you are figuring it out, you are going to figure it out. All right? Another thing that really made a difference in just me posting content and where I am today is getting around people that are doing the things that I aspire to do. That changed the game for me because I was able to hear how millionaires think. I was able to hear how people that are actually doing the work, like how they think, how they operate, what's their daily life like? What are they doing? Because there's information that they have that I didn't have. And I needed that. So I had to get in the rooms. All right. So where were we? Number 3. Hard to build a personal brand is number 3. Right? It's hard to be able to connect with people when you are faceless. So just know that. Number 4. Did I say that? Oh, we wasn't on number 3. We was on number 4. Okay, we were on number 4. Sorry, you guys. We were on number 4, which was missing out on opportunities to connect because you're faceless, so you want to stay behind the scenes. So you don't really get to collaborate or do things like lives and all of the things, right? Unless you create a whole separate page and then you talk about your faceless content without actually giving away the information. I've seen people do that as well. Like you create a whole separate page and you talk about the process of your faceless stuff. All right. Number 5, last but not least, for the cons. I hope you guys are finding value in this live per usual. Like I said, I've been loving coming on live more, and I am going to be coming on live more. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I am going to be, I don't know who that is, but they do it. They definitely do it. I'm going to be coming on live more, you guys. I think I'm gonna be coming on live more than I post videos, honestly, because I really enjoy coming on live. Number 5 is content can feel generic without a personal touch. Without faceless content can sometimes feels like cookie cutter. So it's like hello you guys. It's literally like, you know, it's just the same thing over and 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 over. It's not, it doesn't feel fresh and new because it's faceless. So so it can sometimes feel very generic, very basic, okay, I'm tired of doing this now. Right? So you're going to have to work really hard to infuse your authenticity and your originality in your work. You don't want your work to look like everybody else's faceless content. I saw a faceless page the other day that was about, like haunted houses. Millions of views about haunted houses. Okay. So let's talk about some facts and some trends, and then I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you are wanting to dive into faceless, not just faceless, if you are wanting to dive into digital products and digital marketing, you're wanting to make money online, whether you want to walk away from your 9-to-5 job, whether you just want to make an extra income so that you can fix your credit, you can travel more, you can pay some bills down, you can eat out more, buy a house, whatever your goals are. First of all, I think everybody should have multiple streams of income. And I'm not talking about 7. I think if you have 2 or 3 streams of income that are bringing in a good, decent amount of money, you should be fine, right? We got people that are homeless and poor out here. We do not need to be hoarding money, right? But that's not my business. That's y'all's. But whatever your goal is, if you are wanting to start making money with digital products and digital marketing, I have a workbook called 100 Ways to Guarantee Your First Digital Sale. Okay, if you've never made money online before, if you don't know what it feels like, I created that ebook, literally, not an ebook, a workbook, literally pouring into that workbook everything that I've done. And it's a workbook because it has worksheets that you can actually start to brainstorm and really get to the bottom of how to actually start making money online. So that's outside of the 100 ways. The worksheets, I think you have a it's a step-by-step guide. Steps 1 through 5, I want to say, is 5 days, right? And it's a step-by-step guide. Then you have your 100 ways to guarantee your first sale, and then you have your faceless content information. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. All right, I'm gonna bring the camera around so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Don't mind my desk because it is a mess. All right, so let me present so that you can see. All right, y'all see that? It's 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale. This is the 2.0 edition. The first edition was not a workbook. So a lot of the stuff that you see in here wasn't in here before. All right, so this is the workbook. Hold on. And this is just an introductory page, just a message from me to you. And then this is day 1. It walks you through everything you're going to do step by step, literally, day 1. Then you start going through everything on what you need to do. Day 1, this is section 2. Day 1, section 3. Day 1, section 4. Day 1, section 5. Right? This is still a part of section 5. It just gives you some writing space right here. And then we go into day 2. Right? Brainstorm and outline a solution. Step by step. Day 2, section 2, section 3. Then we go into day 3. Right? Build your audience foundation. Day 3, daily audience building plan. You have an entire plan in here. Right? And then we go into digital marketing first sale guide, and you have every single thing you need in here. You notice how much I clicked? Then we go into faceless money. All right. And then you go into just figuring out your faceless stuff. All right. So right now that workbook is on sale. So if you are interested, trust me. If not, that's fine, because you can just take the information I gave you just now and put it to work, or go watch my videos and put the information that's in my videos, put it to work. All right. But you can find that workbook at the description in any of my videos. So if you click on the description box in any of my videos, you'll find that workbook. I also have a 30-day launch your digital product in 30 days. It's a video lesson that is at $9.97 right now. Insane. Okay. I suggest if you are a beginner that you start with those 2. Okay. Do not become a VIP member if you are not ready to do the real work, because I hold you accountable in the community. Okay. Also, when you invest in the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, you do get general access to the community. All right. You do get general access to the community. So you get in there. You in the room. You in the room with a bunch of other people that are in there doing exactly what you aspire to do. It's not VIP, so you don't get to be on the weekly coaching calls with me, but you don't need that right now if you're starting out as a beginner. If you think that you are ready, by all means, come on in. I'm happy to have you. But that's if you are wanting to be held accountable, because I'm going to hold you accountable, because I want you to accomplish the things that you've been saying that you are going to accomplish, the things that are that burning desire that you have. I want you to be able to accomplish that for yourself. All right. So let's talk about some facts. Algorithms favor connection. So platforms like YouTube, Instagram, They prioritize content that sparks engagement, and face-to-camera videos often perform better for retention, right? So platforms like YouTube and Instagram, they like for us to interact with the community, right? But I just told y'all that there is a faceless channel that I saw the other day about haunted houses. And there are tons of faceless content. There's one that I watch. I cannot remember her name. And she has thousands of views. You never see her. She only posts videos and clips from like Instagram. And she talks positively about celebrities. That's her niche, right? So while there are a bunch of tea pages out there that are just like bashing celebrities and all this and just all in their business, she has made it a point to be positive about celebrities and what they're doing and what they are accomplishing and all of that. And you never see her face, but you hear her voice. And so her audience, yes, yep, you can use polls. Are those polls and slides on YouTube part engaging the community? Yes. So if you are faceless, you can most certainly use things like your polls and your slides, because I have that as well. If you notice in my community, like I engage with my community in the community section of YouTube. So yes, if you're going to be faceless, you can use that as a way to be able to connect with your audience, right? But the young lady that I was talking about that talks positively about celebrities, you hear her voice. So I connect with her voice, right? So every time I watch her video, it feels like I'm connected to her because I connect with her voice, right? So you feel like you're talking to her, like you feel like you're watching her, but then you're entertained by the different videos and clips that she posts. So that is an idea, right? You may not want to use your face, but you can most certainly use your voice, right? So that's fact number one. Fact number two, channels like Motivation Hub or TikTok's viral storytelling accounts thrive because of their value-packed scripts, editing, and delivery. So if you are going to be faceless, just make sure that you are jam-packing your content. Now, it doesn't have to be here on YouTube. Let me just say, I ride or die. I'm going to stick beside YouTube. Okay, because I have made the most money that I have ever made in digital products and digital marketing. I have made it here on YouTube. Okay, and I have made thousands of dollars in less than 6 months. Okay, so I'm not telling you anything that I have just read in a book. I'm telling you things that I have experienced in real life. So I am going to stick beside YouTube, but it doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube. You can do TikTok, you can do Instagram, you can do Threads, you can do a lot of people are on Snapchat now. Snapchat, right? A lot of people are on X, formerly known as Twitter. Wherever your audience is, that's where you want to be. Okay? So just know that if you're going to use those short form platforms, you really going to have to pack that value in there. And you're going to have to get straight to the value. Get straight to it in whatever amount of time they give you. That's why when I tried TikTok, so I told you guys I tried Instagram. That was not for me. I also tried TikTok. Not for me. I was on Threads for a little while. But I tell my community members to focus on the rule of one. When you master one, then you can branch off to others. And so I didn't want to take my focus away from YouTube. So I was working, doing stuff on Threads, and it was good on Threads for a minute. But I was taking my focus away from YouTube. And so I just decided to just drop everything else and then focus here. It's like, when you're dating, right? When you're serial dating, it's like you got all these other people, but somebody's going to feel neglected at some point. So you got to put all your focus in here and see if that works. That's what it's like. And then you get married. then you get married. Monetization. So things like ad revenue, affiliate marketing, and digital products can thrive without your face, but higher ticket sales often require personal trust building. So let's say, for example, you have a lead magnet or a low ticket item, right? We talked about this in my call yesterday with my VIPs. I ain't gonna give y'all too much, but we did talk about lead magnets and low ticket items with my VIPs yesterday, and that may work better than higher ticket items, right? Because low risk, high reward. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind. People need to feel like, if I invest in this, I'm not gonna feel bad about losing out on this money if it's not as good as this person says, right? So if it's $1, right? If you do the $1 play, I call it the $1 play. You have a low ticket item for $1, right? And you get 1,000 people to download that $1 low ticket item. Now you just came up on $1,000, and nobody's thinking twice about spending $1 because it's like, that's $1. Let me see what's going on, right? It's $5. Let me see what's going on. It's $25. Let me see what's going on. But when you start talking about $400, $500, $800, $1,000, and you don't really know for yourself what's in there, and it's faceless, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to do that. So I would start out with low ticket. No ticket to low ticket. So no ticket meaning a lead magnet, right? Get them to sign up to your lead magnet and then nurture that relationship on the back end. We talked about that on yesterday's call. Right? Email sequencing. We talked about that on yesterday's call. If you are in VIP, if you're on this call and you are in VIP, I did upload the replay to your video lessons tab in the community. So you can, if you need to go back for whatever reason, or if you missed the call yesterday, you can go back and watch it because it's in your video lessons tab. All right. So low risk, high reward. Right? First of all, low ticket for my 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, that should not be at that investment. Like, that should not be at that price. That should be more than it is right now. I have it. Let me see what I have it at right now. Let me see, because sometimes I forget. Let me see what I got it at right now. Okay, so my 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, that workbook is $97. You know why? Because not only do you get the workbook, but you get buyer psychology, and you get digital products 101, and you get general access to the community. $97. But it's at 70% off right now. So right now it's at $29. I'm not keeping it at $29. It was at $27. And I was like, that's too low. Let me just put 29. I want to be able to get y'all the information that you need, but I take my time. These are not master resale rights workbooks or whatever these people are just buying and reselling. I take my time to put everything that I know into these workbooks and into these digital products. And so it's literally every single thing that I've done. I'm literally giving you guys the game. So honestly, it should be at $97, especially because you get access to the community, general access. And when you have general access to the community, you have, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's at $29 right now. I don't know how long it's going to be at that, because when I talk about it, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. I got to see the call. Sounds like it was packed with gems. You were on the call? You were on my VIP call? Oh, you're saying that you gotta see it. Oh, it was crazy. And then we did a case. I wasn't, but I want to. Okay, I got you. We did a case study on how Marcelina got to her first $1,000. Literally broke down the strategy on how Marcelina got to her first $1,000. So good. It was so good. My calls, my Thursdays calls they hit different than when I'm on YouTube, and because it's more, it's more intimate, it's more personal. All right, so monetization strategy, 1000%. Monetization, we did things like we talked about ad revenue, affiliate marketing, and all that stuff. Without your face, it's going to be harder to actually get people to invest. So just if you're going to do faceless, we're just going to do low risk, high reward. So give people everything that you got. Don't be afraid. Don't hold back. Give everything that you got. And people are going to start to trust you because they're like, how is she giving all of this information? And she's not. I get on YouTube and I give everything, except we go even deeper in the community, right? We go even deeper, and then you get to ask me questions and all of that stuff. So just give everything you got. If you feel like you're giving too much, you don't know enough. Give every single thing you have. If you feel like you are giving too much, you don't know enough. So you can also consider a hybrid approach, right? So faceless, but minimal face, right? So maybe it doesn't have to be all the way faceless, but you could do some faceless content and then some minimal face content. And mix it together. That's a hybrid approach, right? And even if you don't go face to face, even if it's you in the camera but from the side angle doing something or whatever it is, whatever your niche is, just you doing something, but you're not necessarily talking directly into the camera. You know what I mean? Like how on TikTok you'll see like different shots of that person, like they're in the kitchen, they're walking down the stairs, they get in the car, they get to their destination, one minute they're in the airport, then the next minute they on the beach, and they do all of those transitions, and then they do a voiceover. That's minimal face. So that's like a hybrid approach. It's not like they're talking face to face forward, but they're showing themselves, still creating content, and then using their voice to be able to connect with the audience. So now the audience gets to see aspects of you, and they get to hear your voice, and then that allows them to be able to trust you a little bit more. All right. So that's it for today's live, y'all. We have been on here for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have not had lunch. I'm going to go and make something to eat. We're supposed to be having a snowstorm here. I hope the weather is good wherever you are at. But we are prepping for a snowstorm at the moment. But that's it. I hope you guys found value on this live. Make sure that you share this live. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are interested in the 100 ways to guarantee your first digital sale, you want to know the list of faceless digital products that I included. It is in the workbook. And so if you do invest in the workbook, I will see you in the community, because you will become a general access member. All right, so you could click on the description box in any of my videos on my channel, and you'll find exactly what you are looking for. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have rocked out with me for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and that tells me that you guys are serious about what it is that you want. And I am looking forward to everything that you are about to accomplish. Share y'all's pages. Share everything that y'all doing, because I want to subscribe. I want to everything. I want to be a part of it, okay? All right, so I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me, and I will see you guys on the next live. Bye, guys. Or inside of the community. What do I say? I say, I'll see you inside of the community, but if not, I will most certainly see you on the next video. Bye, guys.